Hello guys, we are here in Roma. We are going now to the Castel Sant'Angelo and to the Vatican City.
Yeah, it took ages to get to the hotel, so we're in a bit of a hurry, but here we are.
See you there. Change of plans, we are going to the Vatican first. We are here, let's go inside.
Change of countries, people. Let's go. Yeah, guys?
Wow. So the line starts there and goes around to there. So I think we're going inside St. Peter's Basilica a miss.
Not today. Oh, this is great.
Oh.
Jaxen looks like he's on a phone call, but he's actually listening to the audio guide.
Spooky.
The spiral staircase. Jax thinks it's creepy because we're surrounded by dead people, but I think it's cool.
It's a hobbit door.
Hi bud, welcome to my crib. Seems like this castle was made for princesses like me. Jack could never get through these doors. No, redo it. Redo it.
Just finished Hadrian's Mausoleum and Castel Sant'Angelo. What do you think, Manon?
It was actually really nice, surprising and lovely. Pretty cool inside as well, lots of things to see. Also, forgot to show you, these are my Rome nails, very cute ones. And I found this in a cafe, these little sugar packets, and they have the Colosseum on them. Yay! Souvenir, here's a sugar.
Now we are going to go to Janiculum Hill to watch the sunset. Day 2.
Welcome vlog. Here we are at the Porta Portese market.
It's all the way down there. We didn't film the dinner last night, but we had a very nice traditional carbonara.
Yes, it was yummy. I just ate too much and felt a bit sick afterwards. Let's go, had a great breakfast and slept very well.
Time to explore the market. We've been here for 10 minutes. Store 1 million. We just finished at the market. We spent 2 hours. We will give you a little haul when we get to Villa Borghese, but that's where we're going now.
All I can say is very successful morning so far.
It was a very large market, almost 2 kilometers long, of just stalls like you saw. See you at the park. We are here in the Villa Borghese park.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little haul for you of the things that we bought at the market. So first, we bought a scarf for Manu because we thought about him. Italy, I got these sunglasses. I don't really like the fake Gucci on the side, but you know, it's hidden in my hair, so. Let me show you.
I got sunglasses, 2.
€5. And then I got a bunch of rings. €1 each, how could I not? Got some chunky ones because I like chunky rings. Sparkly ones, this one. Honestly, Jax had to drag me out of the jewelry stalls because there were so many. Got these very pretty earrings.
And I got sunglasses. Now we are going to go find lunch and then towards the center to see the Trevi Fountain, Spanish Steps and the Pantheon. See you there. We are going to look for food at Piazza del Popolo.
We just saw a guy get scammed like at least more than €100, like in the classic like cup scams. It was crazy. He just gave them €100 bill and lost it.
one of the many churches in Rome. Put in the comments how many churches you think there are in Rome. It's a big number. Wow, cars! Wow! Interestingly, that was not built by Agrippa. It was built by Hadrian, but he kept the name Agrippa because the original construction was by him, although it wasn't the dome that we see today.
Obelisk.
So here we are inside the Pantheon with the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world, still, even when it was built, and now, with its famous oculus in the center, which allows light and rain inside, a connection to the gods.
The purpose of the oculus is to reconnect the spirits of the heaven and the hell. No, the earth. The earths. The heaven and the earths. The heavens and the earth.
That is the tomb of Vittorio Emanuele II, first king of unified Italy. The Church of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, and it's got that famous mirror which takes a photo of that. Basically the same. And up there is actually not a dome, it's a fake dome that is painted to look like a dome with illusion, and as you get closer and underneath it you can see that it's just a painting.
It's crazy, like it took me a while. I genuinely couldn't tell at all. It's really well done.
Here we have the supposed assassination of Julius Caesar.
Oh, that one is so cute.
It is also now a cat sanctuary.
We're here for different reasons.
This is the remnants of a few different temples, and it continues underground, modern Rome. And just, I think behind that building is Pompey's Theatre, which will have a curved building that is built on top of it now. Here is the monument to Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of unified Italy. It's impressive, super impressive. Absolutely massive.
Actually so impressive. I don't think I've ever been to a monument this big.
If you want a little perspective on the size of this is how high we've gone already. And it still goes up like that. And that's one on. Right there. That's how big this thing is. So guys, we went to the very top and have a look at this. At the top of Rome for sunset. Over there you can see St. Peter's Basilica, Colosseum, Roman Forum, Palatine Hill. This is another theatre that was commissioned by the nephew of Augustus, Marcus Marcellus. He died before it was completed, so Augustus posthumously completed its construction, and there we have it. And now you can see above medieval and Renaissance buildings that were turned into residential complexes above the theatre to use as its original foundations. Pretty cool. This is the bridge from the center of Rome to Isola Tiberina, which is just means a small island on the river Tiber. And back in the ancient times, it was thought to be an island of healing, and actually there was a plague in ancient Rome and they built a temple to the god of medicine. Now there's actually a bunch of hospitals on this tiny island.
We're heading home from our busy day. We saw beautiful sunset and we're gonna get ready for another lovely dinner in Rome. Successful.
Good morning, Rome. We are here for our tour of the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. So we're going to spend the day here and we're going to see all of the sides, Circus Maximus as well, the markets of Trajan.
Whoop whoop!
We are on our tour of the Roman Forum, and up there is Manon. She's taking photos. If you can see her waving, I don't know. There she is. What facts can you tell us?
This is a really cool place called the Colosseum, where gladiators fought. They were slaves of war and they fought here. They're saying that the bricks that were used to build this place were taken from Pompeii, actually. This can host about 50 to 70,000 people, and it would be in order of the classes. So the nobles were low, because this was the best view. And then women were seen as the lowest, so they were in the top bad view. In the top bad view.
So this church here next to the Roman Forum is actually 3 churches in one. When you first go in, it is a modern church. Then as you go deeper, it turns into a medieval church and then eventually into a Roman temple. So now we are in the older church that's underneath, so right above is what you just saw. And if you continue to the end, you can see the Roman temple. And that's the old temple of the Roman Forum. Some more bits of the Forum. That wall there was a reinforcement wall to protect the city center, which was this side, like the Forum, from the fires of the old city, like the residential areas, because behind was all built in wood, and very often they had very big fires. So this wall was mainly used as a protection reinforcement against fire.
This is Caesar.
No?
Triano.
Trajan. So this here is Emperor Trajan, and over there is his column, which he was buried underneath in gold, and behind, if we go down here, this is the markets that he built. These markets was a reinforcement to his forum, so it acted as a foundation for his forum, and also it was a commercial and political place for the public of Rome. A member of public would go there almost every day for food and for any sorts of goods. They even had little fast food stalls inside, little tabernae.
I love markets.
Trajan's column. Around it is a very detailed column depicting his wars that he won, especially against the Dacians. And underneath is where he would have been buried, and it was sacked by the barbarian invasion of Rome because he was buried in all gold. Yawning.
Yeah, because
Really?
I'm hungry.
We have to go in here first. We've gained entrance into the forums. The Forum of Trajan is this one here. This is the last forum built under imperial rule. This was built by Trajan. That's his column there, as we saw before. And his markets are over there, and the actual more popular Roman Forum is just behind there. He built this forum following his successes in Dacia, and then as I said before, he was able to get buried underneath his column. Usually Roman emperors were forbidden to be buried, or anyone was forbidden to be buried within the city walls. However, he was given exception due to his formidable achievements in Dacia. So, I was quite upset that the tour ended in the Colosseum because you only get one access to the Roman Forum with the ticket, so you can't go back inside after the tour. And there were no tickets left to buy to just go inside the Roman Forum because you have to buy it with the Colosseum. However, if you enter from the side of the Forum of Trajan, it connects underground to the Roman Forum, and you can get in just by going through the Forum of Trajan. I don't think that is a very well known little cheat hack. She's hungry and tired, but
My feet really hurt.
only 3 more hours inside
My
here.
legs hurt. My back hurts. But it's okay. That's what we're here for, guys.
History. Let's go.
Let's go.
Forum. What's the fact about that?
They're 3 trees.
So now we are leaving the Forum and we are heading to Circus Maximus, and then we're gonna find Manon some food.
I just need to rest my feet and find some food, and I shall be good to go. I am good to go though, look. Oh!
All the way to the end is Circus Maximus. Capacity of
250,000 people.
up to 250,000 people. Guns N' Roses had a special show here. We are at Piazza Navona after our lovely meal. Oh, you're down there.
Very yummy.
And
Last dinner, and then tried to go to the Trevi Fountain to see it, because I didn't actually get to see it because there were so many people.
hello, we are here on our last day, very windy day. We are here at the baths of Caracalla, and they are much larger than you would expect. They go a long way that way as well, and that way. This was a very large bath complex built by Caracalla. He wanted to get some good favor from the people after the mass genocides he did to win the imperial throne from his co-emperor, his brother, who he murdered in
front of their mum.
in front of their mother. Yeah. Anyway, so now we're going to explore a bit. This place here was the Apoditarium, or otherwise known as the changing room. So a Roman would start here, proceed to the gymnasium, and then go back around into the arch we'll go to next, into the frigidarium, which is the cold baths. You can see that the floors are slanted and they go towards the middle where they had drainage. You can see the drainage. And this is because they would obviously be wet when they came back in from the bath.
This camera needs to see this.
So this area used to be the palestra, or the gym. There's another exact copy on the other side, and it was expected that Romans did exercise, they played games here in this square, and then following this they would go through here, through this archway, to the frigidarium, which is the cold baths. So now in there was the palestra, or the gym, and there's Manon. And this central corridor is a large frigidarium which served as both a central meeting point, because offshoots from the sides were the gyms and the warm baths. This was also hosting the cold baths, which were covered, and they would have waterfalls in some of them, and this would have been covered on the roof into a monumental sort of like a city hall kind of thing. Here straight ahead would be the tepidarium, which is like a room that adjusts your body temperature before entering the calidarium, which is ahead of it.
It's another gym.
It's another gym,
That's what
and they were always surrounded by these images of warriors fighting, because they would do a lot of wrestling, war games.
Boxing. You tell the block that this is bigger than the whole surface of the Colosseum, the whole complex of the Colosseum.
I did not.
Well, here you go.
How many
Here's a fact
football
for you.
fields?
15.
Just appreciating the scale of this complex. So for this bit here, you can sort of see the circular pattern that's been left in the ground, because on top of this would be a big dome similar to the Pantheon that would go all the way up and create a dome just at the height there. And this was the caldarium, so the hot room. Before it was the tepidarium, which is the warm room, and in front was the frigidarium, which we were in before. It's a day for baths. Now we are at the entrance of Diocletian's baths. These were built after Caracalla. So a lot of the bath has been turned into a museum holding lots and lots of sculptures.
Got the whole place to ourselves. Hey vlog, come with me. Look at this little lead tablet. This is actually a curse that someone tried to put to break up a couple. They broke it. They said, so let Rodine be dead for Marcus Licinius Faustus, and that's all they've got. These tiny little vials. It's for curses. No, it's not. Tiny pots are like a tiny burial. So you'll put like a tiny piece of bone or something of their body and like write their name on it, and it's like a way to bury them.
In here you can see the complete intact remains of the swimming pool. This is Caracalla. This here is Mithras, the Iranian god that became a secret cult within Rome, and they actually had underground worshipping halls to him, including underneath the baths. This is my drawing from a past life in ancient Rome. It's nice to know that not all of them were artists.
That would be mine. I think this one.
So what we could see inside the Diocletian baths was only what hasn't been excavated, because a lot of it was either destroyed or a big portion was converted into a church, and other parts were used as like warehouses for wheat. So we can only see a couple of the rooms that are left, but this was the biggest one in Rome, so bigger than the one by Caracalla. It could hold up to 3,000 people, and yeah, it's quite magnificent. So, from us, by Rome, you were a pleasure.
That's a wrap on Rome. Loved it. 10 out of 10. Would come back. Would recommend. Thanks
We had a
for
great
watching.
time. Bye!